Hello and welcome back to TEW 2016 Branding Solutions. It's been a while, there's been some issues with the recordings and I've missed 1 week, but now I'm going to do a quick roster overview for each show and then hopefully get back into the full version of the program during the new year. Now for this episode we're just going to look at the Raw roster. Most of my rosters are quite bloated, to be honest. Each show's 2 hours long, and we'll start with the main eventers on Raw, which is Hill, Del Rio, Big E, and Kofi. Their reputations and popularity are through the roof. Kofi is also the current Money in the Bank holder for Raw, so this could be a future world champion. I don't know if that will happen or not. Big E is kind of flirting with the Intercontinental level, even though he's down as a main eventer. And our current champion at the moment is actually Dean Ambrose as a heel. I had him turn on Roman Reigns in previous episodes. As you can see, his popularity is in the 90s, so he's probably the best to have. I also have Dolph Ziggler right in the main event picture with a high popularity, and he's currently in a rivalry against Triple H for power of basically getting a chance. And Triple H is throwing people at him left, right and centre, with the most recent one being Del Rio. I also have Kurt Angle back. I needed another big face for this show. Kurt Angle got to be that guy because a few injuries. I lost Chris Jericho to injury, which is kind of devastating because I built up a really good idea with a storyline, but that fell apart. And obviously we got Roman Reigns, who's through the roof on popularity apparently. He lost in the title match to Dean Ambrose and is currently in the middle of a fight with Samoa Joe. Now if we go to the upper mid-carders, we have the Raw Tag Team Money in the Bank holders. So I decided to do that on this as well. Have tag teams because, well, why not? Otherwise it's a bit pointless really. So we have, I wanted to each show have 2 Money in the Banks with surprises. So we have Big E and Big Cass and Enzo are your tag team. They will probably cash in more honourably. Your current tag team champions are actually Epico and Primo. I ditched the Shining Stars gimmick, I didn't like it. I wanted to bring them back as this because I think this is their best. I gave them the tag titles because I wanted it off Kofi and Big E. I needed a heel to take over for a while, and they were the ones that took over because that worked best for the storyline. Well, we've also got the Usos, both upper mid-card, both have huge momentum on their side. For some reason, it's the first time I've seen Usos do well on one of these games. Like, usually they become stale, so it's good to see. Brought Justin Gabriel back, hugely popular, in the mix for the Intercontinental, which is currently held by Kevin Owens. So he may win, I don't know yet, but Kevin Owens doesn't want to lose to him. I've also put 2 members of the Wyatt family. I've got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan on this side of the roster. I think both of them are being used as Triple H's goons at the moment, because on SmackDown, when you see the SmackDown one, I have something built up for Bray Wyatt. We also have Sami Zayn, again building up his reputation, flirting with a couple of rivalries, basically with The Miz, who's great at selling everything on the mic, not necessarily in the ring. And as I said, Samoa Joe is against Roman Reigns, and you can see from this just how popular he's become. I hope. See, his popularity has gone from D+ to C- just from maybe 2 interactions with him. And we've also got Xavier Woods, who's I've given him a new tag team partner, and we'll see him hopefully in the next little bit. The mid-carders are Alex Shelley. These are more, I'm just going to blitz through the slot. Xavier Woods' partner is Rocky Romero. Another one for the New Day. Needs momentum. Seems like a good fit for now. Roderick Strong, who has absolutely risen up through popularity on here. And blitzing through this, we've got Neville, Kyle O'Reilly, JTG, Jinder Mahal, American Alpha, who, along with Jack Swagger, are actually all with Kurt Angle in the Perfect Athletes faction. Heath Slater, Evan Bourne, Curtis Axel, Chris Sabin, Carlito. Obviously I've got the Motor City Machine Guns back together, so that's an extra tag team on this roster. Going into the lower cards, there aren't that many because I've got Bobby Fish, Brian Kendrick, who's currently suspended, Chad Gable, he has a little work to do on a few other things to get to the top. You have Connor and Victor, a little jobber tag team, and Shad, Gaspel. Again, just filling the roster these lot are. And the only opener is Ty Dillinger. And we also do have the Undertaker on this roster. He's an occasional wrestler, apparently. And obviously Jericho, Undertaker, and of course Triple H. So that's the main roster for this one. At the moment, the title picture, I've added an extra title to all the shows from the last viewing, so I've got the TV Championship, I just called it that. It's more for the very lower cards who are looking to make an impact. Our Intercontinental, so obviously I said Kevin Owens, Epico and Primo, and our World Heavyweight is Dean Ambrose. And as for stories, on Raw we have the Wyatt, I'm calling it the Wyatt Invasion because they've come in to attack Ziggler, but Ziggler's working with the Perfect Athletes in Swagger, Jordan and Gable, so I think that works quite nicely. The Intercontinental's flirting between Big E, Justin Gabriel and Kevin Owens. It all works. Making an impact, this is probably going to become the title match between this lot. I think they could all work. So, one of them needs a push and I haven't quite decided who. Roderick versus The Miz. This is how Roderick Strong beat The Miz in a match early on. You can see this one's actually been going on quite a long time. Or he gets attacked. And The Miz loses. Attacks him again. And Roderick Strong just keeps beating The Miz in singles action. And we've thrown Sami Zayn in there, just add a little something to the mix. For Samoa is basically Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. As you can see, the ratings for this are through the roof really. Roman's winning the matches, but Samoa Joe is just getting all the big wins. I know it says that I messed that one up, so the tag titles, I keep Big Cass and Enzo flirting around the background. It seems to make the best sense. And then we've just got odd little characters. Obviously Carlito's with Epico Primo, and Usos and New Day want their titles back. And my main event is Dean Ambrose versus Kurt Angle at the moment. Keeping Kofi in there, teasing Money in the Bank. As you can see by our next pay-per-view on Raw, well that's not the right one. There we go. As we know, the pay-per-views are every couple of weeks. It's going to be Capital Punishment. Del Rio versus Ziggler, Kevin Owens versus Gabriel, Shining Stars versus the Usos, and Dean Ambrose versus Kurt Angle. There will be more to be added. We've got a couple more weeks before this show actually happens, so that all looks very good. If you like the look of the Raw roster, you want to see some rivalries, let me know in the comments below and I'll try and get to them. Otherwise, that has been all for the Raw one. I'm going to get into the SmackDown one next, and we'll see how this series goes now. Thank you for watching.